Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are today. We have our Kioti CK3520. We own a pair of HLA forks. We also own the bucket that comes with it from Kioti, as well as this HLA snowplow. But the point is today, we're going to build another front attachment on the quick attach standard. It's going to be basically half bucket, half material, half pallet. Essentially a firewood hauler that doesn't use any other attachment and directly mounts to the loader on this guy. Cut to what the finished product looks like so there's no guessing. So people have approached this whole idea of building a firewood carrier or a cleanup bucket or something in different ways. Some people build walls on a pallet. A lot of people use the water cubes, the aluminum frame, and they use the forks with them. Those are great for certain applications, but what I wanted is to be able to drive this through the bush on some angles and load it up directly and then dump the firewood out after. It's not for firewood storage like those cubes and cube frames are really good of, or those apple boxes if you're around orchards. But I wanted something that didn't have to get ratchet strapped to the fork set when I dumped, and I can just use the standard quick attach. And the other reason I didn't want something to build onto the forks is because then I'm double building and I wanted to keep it light so I can actually lift the most with the loader, because we have about 1,700 pounds lifting, I believe this is rated for, at the point of pivot. So everything you put on afterwards takes away from your load capacity. That's kind of what we're doing here today. So before we get too carried away with building without thinking, even though a lot of what we're doing today is that, we have to keep in mind the angle that this loader allows on this tractor, which is also, to my knowledge, quite common in the agricultural machinery side of things with these little tractors, versus a skid steer, where a construction skid steer, demolition, whatever you want to call it, this quick attach actually angles back further for more flexibility. But on these tractor loaders, this is fully collapsed and we're near the ground, and you basically can see that a quick attach is quite vertical. And then you look at the factory bucket, which is, I don't know what this is, like 70-degree angle from our flat to our back, which creates this angle, which is how we can get, and we can actually scoop up so much and carry at a low angle, but still have an angle up not to spill any dirt. But we want to build a firewood carrier with a 90-degree back wall. That's what I want to do, but I also want to be able to carry it low on the loader and still have some angle for things not to just fall straight out the front. So we're going to have to address this by throwing angles essentially into mimic this, but with the steel we have. So you might wonder, where are we starting to build this whole thing? Well, we're starting with a blank. You can buy these quick attach blanks on the internet. They're quite cost effective. This one I ordered last year in preparation for this for approximately 200 Canadian dollars, straight off of Viva or whatever you want to call it. And for that price, I think it's excellent. It's 3/8 plate, pre-welded, pretty much all the angles I need, and it fits right on there. So this is where we're starting our build from. So I mentioned before, we're going to make this thing somewhat lightweight to maximize our load capacity. Well, for what we are building, we do not need this whole 3/8 plate just being a plate. I actually have an idea for what the center cutout we're about to make out of this is going to be used for. So I'm going to mark out while it's on the machine to make sure that I'm not going too far, and then we're going to cut the middle out and continue. in here, but something like that, with an angle on her. Just gotta give ourselves a little eyeball here, how it's gonna line up once we put her on the tractor. A little adjustment and I think we'll tack it up. So we got one coat of paint on this so far. I'll put a second one on for now, but obviously we drilled a bunch of holes to fasten our plywood to it. We'll see that later. But I just wanted to go over so far with steel what we're into this for. So I decided with, for dimensions, 80 inches wide, 36 deep, 36 tall, and then we'll go over the bill of materials here. We basically got our 2x2 by quarter angle totaled there. Then we have our 2 by quarter flat bar just for the side angles. We have our 3 by 3 quarter angle, as well as our modified skid steer quick attach. And we use the center of this plate that we cut out for our angles right here and here. So that gives us kind of like a bill of materials that looks like this. And we also, you can kind of gauge price on raw material from that. Something like this for me in Canada. But what's more important is so far, this is kind of our weight breakdown. So roughly 245 pounds as is currently, which kind of like checks out to what it feels like. So then we'll just add the plywood and a little bit of fasteners. And this thing will only weigh about 300 pounds for a skid steer attachment, which isn't that bad, which I'm happy about. So let's get to it. So obviously, I used some used treated 3/4 inch or 5/8, 3/4 inch plywood that I was given. But of course, you use regular plywood. You could use brand new treated plywood, whatever you want. But this is what I had, and it was the right price. Things I would have done differently, now that we're this far along, so I would have included a little tab on either side right here, just to bolt in or screw into here, as well as just one in the back, because I predict it's going to take some hammering. As well as, I'm not a huge fan if I did a bunch of little screws. If I had a little more pre-planning, I might have purchased like 1/4 inch carriage bolts and done less of them, but 3-bolted them. You know what carriage bolts and plywood look like. But yeah, so that's pretty much the build. Now it's time to test it out. So this is kind of like one of the two textbook cases for why I built this. One was from trail building and other things around the property, collecting the firewood. So this is all junk that I did last year and coming back this year while it's sitting on the ground before it rots out. We're cleaning it up. We're going to fill this guy up as a test, kind of give you guys a good demonstration of how full I'm going to put this, and then we're going to see how well it actually drives with firewood in it on the tractor. So there's no guesswork for how bad of or good of an idea this was. All right, so this is our load. I'm gonna call it about 80% on weight and about 90% on volume for today. A lot of this was last year's green from trail building, and it's been sitting, as you can definitely see. Some of the were bucked up last year and got some color in them. So yeah, let's see how this goes. One last concern to share in this video. I believe I brought it up earlier while fabricating this. And I didn't actually do anything about it, but I might still, but out of the scope of this video, is for this universal plate, there's actually a lot of clearance in here for the quick attach. So when this is fully seated on the plate, there's some clearance front to back and vertically. So if I were to redo this or modify it, I think I'd fill in part of this gap here with like 3/8, like square stock essentially, 3/8 plate, but go 3/8 in to fill this gap. As well, you could look at doing something vertically. It's almost a little bit forward seated right now on the quick attach, but that's my follow-up on that comment from earlier. Otherwise, that's everything for this. Our little off-road there actually went quite well. I think I forgot to record one piece of it, but did better than I expected for a full load of firewood. This is, you know, 1.5 scoops of this. But I'm gonna call that a success.
Did I ram this into a tree because it's a really big bucket with a tractor and bend it? Absolutely. Did I then place it on the other side of the same tree and hit her in reverse to straighten it? Absolutely.
Here we have our Kioti CK3520. Is that what I bought? What the hell did I buy? Oh, yeah. I thought I'd just get that out in front so everyone knows what they're talking about here. Which is also the reason why I purchased the HLA forks when I purchased the tractor instead of the BE Agriculture, I believe it is, was the other option my dealer had laid out for me that I could choose from, because it actually allowed it for a little bit more angle up or angle back, you should say, when using at such a low angle. Because I'm like, I want to go down some hills with stuff on the forks, and they're like, whoa, 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 you have to go down backwards loaded. And I'm like, okay, good forklift safety video, but I'll take the ones with a bit more angle. And so that's what I did. We just got to keep that in mind for today.